Quite a mix of personalities. A lot of stuff has changed the last 6 months for a lot of these folks. Who wants to start out tonight on a good note here as we bust open the door to Gateway to Anarchy? Four-way matchup here tonight. Whoa! Travis Cudi has got on my scout list with that drop kick. Dear God.
I know belts to ass was Travis's thing, but Ashlyn doing a little bit of belt to ass right now with Rahim. Woo! But gets her face slammed to the apron for it.
Face to mats.
Belt to ass, face to mat.
A lot of connections being made all over here.
And they're all gonna leave a mark. Boom! Big slug from Cudi on the Kenny Kalix.
I know Kenny is really excited for this year. St. Louis Anarchy. Feels like it's time for him to make his mark. He's free from.
Oh no! I think they both got the upper hand here, but only Cudi is, we'll say, taking advantage. Some of the most innovative, disrespectful offense I've seen in a while.
Cudi really coming out and making his mark here.
I was going to say, Calvin Kelly from our pre-show party might get on with him well. All right, Kenny sends him off. He reverses. Boing, uppercut. Rolls through with him. Chop to the titties.
Nice move there from Kenny.
Hell yeah. Boom. Well, can't say you want shit now and not expect shit right now.
He got it immediately. Just absolutely immediately.
Oh my God. Suede looks like he's trying to both punch the ceiling and the Kenny.
I like this intensity from Suede. I like the vibe shift. I mean, obviously he was ready to dial it up to the next degree. And he's awesome. He's charismatic. He's everything that you want in a professional wrestler. Why wouldn't he feel himself? Why wouldn't he feel like he's a king?
Like what evidence has he received to date to prove that he's not? Swing and a miss. And he sends Kenny up and over.
Beautiful German suplex holds on.
Gonna want to get out of there, but there's just no option.
Comes Alexander, breaks up that pin.
The exposed and very well muscled abs of Suede.
And the adrenaline has to be pumping for Ashlyn Alexander. I mean, the events of last weekend, that leaves you sore, that leaves you beat up. You discover new bumps and bruises for weeks after. I can't imagine going in there and fighting 3 other people.
It truly leaves you rattled in your confidence in what your body can do.
This crowd behind her, though, that's got to heal some of those wounds.
Like, her ground and pound style is absolutely a benefit in this because high flyers suffer bad from that sort of thing, from that lack of confidence, that loss of confidence. Oh! That's about as high as she flies. That's about as high as she needs to fly.
So far, no lack of confidence for Alexander. He's going in there and really leaving it all in the ring, which is all you can ask for. That's that hesitation. That's what you're talking about. That's what you can.
She's got Suede scooped, but the hold's a little precarious. Oh! Cudi making himself known once more in the match. Really making a big splash here, honestly.
Extremely opportunistic from Cudi and absolutely making a name for himself here. Picking a spot. Intense aggression coming in there.
Now you mentioned you were scouting, but you know.
Well, that's the great thing about the partnerships with New Texas, with West Coast Pro, with everybody involved in the new initiative. Is there's little pockets out there, just like here with St. Louis Anarchy. That's some of the finest athletes in the world that are just looking to be discovered in new territories. Cudi, a perfect example here tonight, coming in and making a huge splash here at St. Louis Anarchy.
Absolutely. Speaking of West Coast Pro, very excited to see our women's match later with Laney Luck and Johnny Robbie. Because, to be frank, those goddamn Rocky Mountains prevent those phenomenal West Coast folks from hopping in a car and getting out here.
Absolutely. That's doors opening all over for St. Louis Anarchy and for these foreign promotions. We're all coming together and making one for the betterment of these athletes, the betterment of independent wrestling, the betterment of kids like Cudi.
But not for the betterment of Ashlyn Alexander's spine. Oh my God, she just got a backiotomy. Oh! Tornillo con go to hell from Cudi.
You hear the crowd kind of showing some respect.
Begrudgingly. They may not like how he's conducting himself, but you gotta love that.
Alexander may be lining something up here. Sees everybody gather on the outside.
This is what I get for saying she don't fly.
Dive through. Woo. Connects big.
What car wreck? Ashlyn is the car wreck.
Yeah. Hugely impressed.
Oh, here comes Kenny. Maybe not.
Not in his tracks.
Yep. Oh! Lethal injection. Nope. Knee to the back. I'm doing my best, but there are much taller audience members in front of me.
Alexander had it scouted. Here comes Cudi. Big headbutt.
Jinx.
No off time here. 6 months. What? We're still finishing these other sentences.
We're just sharing a brainwave. It's great. Big pop-up knee from Suede. Kick to Alexander. He's feeling his oats. Woo! He's up, and might I add, his space buns are still perfectly intact. He's got Cudi up! He's got Cudi down!
1, 2.
Kalix tries to pull him up!
2 count there for Kenny. Kalix, big buzzsaw kick. Alexander stops it.
Oh, there's that lightning spiral!
1, 2, 3. Big win for Ashlyn Alexander.
Making excellent use of the Ghost Swimmer pass to secure an excellent future.